Hey everybody, today on Henry's HowTos, I'm going to show you how to make moussaka. Basically, this is the Greek equivalent of lasagna. Let's get straight into it. So guys, we're going to start off with 2 medium-sized eggplants. Now what we need to do with our eggplants is obviously peel the top off. And we'll just cut it off. Now we'll slice it in half, just to make it easier. And what we need to do is basically get thin slices out of this. So basically one slices like that. So it is very important to use a very sharp knife for this, as it will make it 100 times easier. So you should end up with a whole bunch of slices like this. They're not all going to look the same, but that's fine. So guys, now working in 2 or 3 batches, we're going to spray our eggplant with oil before we fry them. Now we'll go to our stove, and on a medium heat, we're going to place the oil side of the eggplant down. And basically what we want to do is fry them for about 2 or 3 minutes on each side until they're nice and brown and soft. So after about 2 minutes you should start to get a nice brown colour like that. So we'll go ahead and flip it. They should be nice and tender as well. Now we'll cook it again on this side. So after about another 2 minutes, your eggplant should have browned on the other side too. It should be nice and tender like that. Once you get that result, take them out and place them into another tray. And we'll continue cooking the rest of the batch. So guys, your result should be something like this. Nice golden brown, soft, tender pieces like that. So now we'll bring across 1 white onion. Slice through the middle. And all we want to do with our onion is just chop it up. Now just into a pot on a medium heat, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And we'll add our onions straight in. And we just want to lightly fry these. Now we'll add in about 3 crushed garlic cloves. Mix that through as well. Now add in about 800 grams of lamb mince. Now we just want to cook this all together until our lamb has colour on it. Once you start to get a bit of colour in your lamb, we're going to add in half a tablespoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a tablespoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of ground allspice, and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. So guys, once all your lamb has colour on it, we're going to add in 1 can of crushed tomatoes, mix that through. And at this point we're going to reduce our heat to a low to medium. Now just let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes on a low heat. We basically just want to turn it into a thick sauce, so let all that liquid evaporate. Alright guys, so after about 15 minutes you should have a nice thick consistency like this. And there should be a minimal amount of water in there, so it should still be saucy though, not too dry. So what we'll do now is go ahead and turn the heat off. And we'll start working on our white sauce and then we'll put it together. So just into a small pot we're going to put 100 grams of salted butter. So basically all we want to do is let our butter melt. And at this point we'll also turn our oven on to 180 degrees Celsius. Once your butter has completely melted, we'll add in 1/3 of a cup of plain flour. And just using a whisk, we just want to stir that through. Now ensure you keep your heat on low. Basically what we're doing now is making a roux. Make sure you get rid of all the clumps. We want a nice smooth paste. Now we're going to add in half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Mix that through as well. And we'll top it up with 2 cups of full cream milk. All we want to do is stir this together. Now we want to let this cook on a low heat for about 5 minutes, but make sure you're continuously stirring it, and then it will all come together and thicken up, and we'll have a nice beautiful white sauce. So after about 1 or 2 minutes, you should be able to see it start thickening up like that. So we want to keep on going until we have almost a thick paste. So I'll give it about another 2 minutes. Okay guys, and there we have it. After a total of 4 minutes, we've got a nice thick sauce. So we'll turn our heat off at this point. And just let that cool down, and we'll start building our moussaka. So guys, for my recipe here, I'm using a 10-cup baking dish, which will work perfectly for this. So the first thing we'll do is just give it a light coating of cooking spray. And the first thing we'll do is start layering our eggplant on the bottom layer. Now when you do place these, try and get them to overlap like that too, so it stays together. So that's our first layer done. So now we'll spread some of our meat mixture straight on top and turn it into a nice thin layer. You don't want it too thick. So once again, we'll layer our eggplant and we'll give it another spread of our meat mixture. And this will be our final layer of eggplants. So whatever you have, get rid of them now. Just like so. And this will be the final layer of our meat mixture. So this layer doesn't have to be too thick because our white sauce goes on top. So all we're really doing is getting rid of all the leftover meat. And now we'll pour our white sauce on top. And in doing so, we want to spread it out and give it a good coverage. And now we'll finish it off with a sprinkling of cheese. Now in my case, I'm using cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese you like, but cheddar, mozzarella, they work the best. And give it a good decent coverage. Top layers are most important. Just like that. And guys, we're ready to bake. So provided your oven is hot, we'll put this straight in at 180 degrees. We're looking for a total cooking time between 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Basically we want the top to be nice and brown. Alright, and just have a look at that guys. So a total of 45 minutes it took me. So we're not going to serve this right away. Bring it out, let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before you serve it. Or else it's just going to be way too hot and it's going to fall apart. So be patient and I'll show you what it looks like. So guys, just using a sharp knife, we'll start to cut into it. And you want to create little squares like so. And all we'll do now is just using a large spoon, take out a scoop of it. And just look at all those beautiful layers of eggplant, mince, and of course our beautiful top layer. And guys, that's all there is to it. So it is quite a good alternative to lasagna if you're on a gluten-free diet, as there's no gluten in it at all. I hope you like that guys, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, just leave them at the bottom and I'll see you all next time.